Dear students, in this session we are going to discuss about price, which is the second element of marketing mix. Previously we have seen the product in detail. Now in this session we are going to discuss about what is price, how companies set the price of their products or their market offer, and the various components of pricing, and the steps involved in setting a price of a product or service, and finally the objectives of pricing. Let us see these things in detail.
Price is the only element of the marketing mix that produces revenue. We know there are four P's or four elements of marketing mix, but all the other three elements do not bring any revenue to the firm, but price brings revenue to the firm. So it is the only element that produces revenue. So it is very important element of marketing mix for an organization or for a firm. And price communicates to the market the company's intended value positioning of its product or brand. So normally we address a target market, and we have an associated positioning also, and the right price of the product or the right price of our market offer communicates to the market the positioning of its product or brand. So price influences the market positioning very seriously. And always the pricing decision must be consistent with the firm's marketing strategy and its target markets and brand positioning. So here we are trying to see the importance of pricing decisions, and that decision or those decisions must be consistent with three things. One is the firm's marketing strategy. A marketing strategy should be very consistent with the pricing decision, or the vice versa. Pricing decision must be consistent with the firm's marketing strategy. And secondly, the pricing decision must be consistent with the target markets. The price we fix for the product or service should suit the target market. Suppose we are targeting a very low income group, then a high price won't be effective. On the other side, if you are targeting a premium segment, then a low price may become negative for our marketing efforts. So it should be inconsistent with the target markets and the brand positioning. So the marketers must take into account many factors such as the company, the customers, the competition, and the marketing environment making pricing decisions. So all these factors are very important while making pricing decisions. What are those factors we say? The objectives of the company must be considered while fixing the price for the product or service. And the customers, their preferences, their characteristics, their income level, All those things must be considered while fixing the price for a product. And the third factor is the competition. Surely we know the competition influences our price fixation and the sales. So the competition and their pricing must be considered very much while fixing the price for our product or service. And fourthly, the marketing environment. What is a market? What is the features of the market? What is the environment in which we operate? So these factors must be considered by the marketer while fixing a price for the product or while making pricing decisions. And what is price? Price has many names. So here we see around 15 different terms for the second P called price. And all these 15 terms are used as synonyms for price. For example, if we go for a rented premises, the price we get for that is called rent. Or sometimes it is termed as fee or rate. What is the rate we normally ask? We mean the price itself. Or in certain cases it may be the commission, or it may be the assessment. And another term used is tuition or fare. We say bus fare. What is a fare? So that is the price for that particular service. Toll, premium, retainer. And next is, we can say a negative one, bribe. In order to get certain services, in addition to the rate or fare, sometimes we may have to give bribe also. So that is also the price associated with that service. Salary, wage, interest, tax. So all these are other names of price. And let's see the definition of price. Price is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of the values that consumers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. Let us understand the definition better. And the first point, it is amount of money charged. So price is the amount of money charged. And what are the purposes for which the amount of money is being charged? So here we say it is charged for a product or service. So the money charged for a product or service is called price. Or it is the sum of the values that consumers exchange. It may not be always the money. In some other contexts, it may be the sum of the values that consumers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. So it is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of the values that consumers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. So it is termed as price. And there are different components of price. What does it mean by the components of price? In order to explain the concept, let's see it with the help of an example. If you buy a car, the price includes product price, government taxes, dealer commission, incentives, etc. adjusted by rebates. That means the price is not just the product price alone. So the price of a car includes surely the product price. Primarily that is it, the product price. And it also includes government taxes. We pay different types of taxes. We pay raw tax, we pay GST, we pay some cesses. So all those different taxes are also part of the price of the product or price of a car. And surely the price we pay includes dealer commission or incentives for the dealer. And surely all this summed amount may be adjusted by rebates, and those rebates may be offered to the buyer. So from the total of product price, government taxes, dealer commission, incentives, etc., an amount is deducted as rebate, and the net price we pay for a car is a total of all these things adjusted by rebates. So all these product price, government taxes, dealer commission, rebates, etc. are different components of price. And surely we have to understand that price is a major determinant of buyer choice. A buyer is very much influenced by the price of a product or service. And sometimes the price finally determines whether a person will buy a product or not. So it is a major determinant of buyer choice, especially in countries like India, where consumers are very price sensitive. It is very important determinant of buyer choice. And today's marketplace is characterized by heavy discounting and sales promotion. As I said earlier, today people are more price sensitive. And we can say if we go for e-commerce or online purchase or some other mode of purchase, everywhere we can see heavy discounting, and that attracts buyers. So today's marketplace is characterized by heavy discounting and sales promotion. So when you discount, you have to be very careful about your price fixation. And if you are not very careful about the price and the discounting you are planning to offer to the buyers, then you may ultimately jump into troubles. So these various components and associated importance of pricing must be taken care by each marketer. And how companies price normally? Companies employ different approaches in fixing a price for their product, especially when we talk about the structure in various companies for fixing or deciding prices. We can see that in small companies the boss himself may be setting the prices. His ultimate authority to fix the price of a product, the boss or the owner of the company fixes the price. But in large companies it may not be so. In such large companies, division and product line managers decide the price of their product. Divisional manager or product line managers decides the price of their products. And in such cases, the top level management sets general pricing objectives and policies. And they often oppose lower management's proposals. So there the responsibility or the function of top level management is to set pricing objectives. What are the objectives related to the pricing? And what are the policies related to pricing? Those things are decided by the top level management, and the further actions are delegated to the lower level management. And lower level management, based on the objectives and policies set by the top level management, may fix the price. And the top level management approves lower level management's proposals. So this is normally the setup or the structure employed by small and large companies in fixing prices for their product or service. And in price-sensitive businesses, companies establish a pricing department to set or assist others in setting appropriate prices. That means, there may be certain businesses where price is very sensitive. A small increase in price may take away the buyers from your product, or a small reduction in price may prompt the buyers to think that the product is an inferior product. In such price-sensitive businesses, companies normally establish a pricing department, and they set the price or assist others in the company to set up appropriate prices. And this department, pricing department, reports to the marketing department, finance department, or top management. So they work in association with marketing department. Surely they know the positive and negative effects of price decisions. So the pricing department works in association with the marketing department, finance department, because they incur cost and they have to get revenue to meet the expenditures. So the finance department also has a very crucial role in fixing the price, or top level management. So the pricing department reports to marketing department, finance department, or top level management. And we have to understand that effective pricing decision requires thorough understanding of consumer pricing psychology and a systematic approach to price setting. So fixing a price or pricing decision is not a simple task. It requires very clear understanding of consumer pricing psychology. And on the basis of that understanding, you have to go for fixing a price. And surely, only the consumer psychology is not enough to fix a price. Rather, you have to go for a very systematic approach to price fixation also. And now let's see the various steps in setting a price. The first step is setting the pricing objectives, determining demand, estimating costs, analyzing competitors' costs, prices and offers, selecting a pricing method, and selecting the final price. So these are the 6 steps involved in fixing a price. The first one is selecting the pricing objectives. As we said earlier, what is the objective of your pricing policy? We will talk about these objectives, pricing objectives in detail in the coming part. And the second step is you have to determine the demand, whether there will be demand, buyers for your product or service. That should be assessed or analyzed very systematically. And the third step is estimating costs. There are different costs involved in bringing out a product or taking a product to the consumer. Surely there is fixed cost, variable cost, and in variable cost there are different types of or elements of variable cost. All those costs must be estimated properly. And the fourth one is analyzing competitors' costs, prices and offer. So here you have to thoroughly understand the actions and reactions of your competitor. How they manage the cost. What is the cost structure of your competitor? And what is the price they fix for the product, which is an alternative to your product. And you have to understand the offers they give to the buyers. So costs, prices and offers of your competitor must be analyzed. And the fifth step is selecting a pricing method. So there are different methods of pricing. And what is the particular method that your firm is going to adopt? So that must be clear. Selecting a pricing method. And we will talk about pricing methods in detail later. And the sixth and the last one is selecting the final price. Based on the previous considerations, here we fix the final price of your product or service. So these are the six steps involved in setting a price. The first one is selecting the pricing objective. Second one is determining demand. Third one, estimating costs. Fourth one is analyzing the competitors' costs, prices and offers. Fifth one is selecting a pricing method. And finally, the sixth step is selecting the final price. And now let's see the pricing objectives. There are different pricing objectives. The first one is survival. We know the meaning of the word survival. We have to survive in the market. We have to continue our business. In order to survive in the business or in order to continue with our business, the price we fix should at least cover our cost and some excess amount over the cost. So as long as price cover variable cost and some fixed cost, the company stays in business. And the price should motivate you to stay in business. It should not compel you to go out of the business. So that is what we mean by survival. So the price should help the company to survive in the market. At least that much amount must be available to the firm as a result of the price they fix for the product or service. So that is what we mean by survival, which is the first objective. And another objective can be maximum current profit. Maximum current profit. And when this objective comes, the marketer or the company may be thinking about grabbing maximum profit within a minimum period of time, because as time lapses, others may come into the business. And when others also come, surely there may be a competition and you may have to lower your prices. So your profits may be affected. So in maximum current profit, you will be trying to get maximum profit and you will be fixing a price accordingly. So in this maximum current profit objective, demand and costs associated with alternative prices are estimated, and the price that produces maximum current profit is chosen. So the company may calculate demand and cost associated with various alternative prices. For example, if we fix 200 for a product, what will be the demand? What will be the cost? Then what will be the profit? If we go for 250 as the price of the product, what will be the demand? What will be the cost? And what will be the profit? If we go for fixing 400 as a price, what will be the demand? Normally sometimes the demand may be reduced. And when demand goes down, surely cost also may be affected. So if 400 rupee is fixed as a price of the product, what will be the demand? What will be the cost? Then what will be the profit? So demand and costs associated with alternative prices are calculated, and the price that produces maximum current profit is chosen. Sometimes the analysis may reveal that 250 per unit may be the price that may bring maximum profit. Then that price may be chosen. So that is called maximum current profit as an objective of pricing. And the third objective is maximum market share. In the first one, we were trying to survive, and in the second objective, we are trying to get maximum profit, and in the third objective, we would like to have a maximum market share. So in that cases, we would like to sell maximum number of units of the product. Therefore, the company may fix a lowest price, expecting higher sales, assuming the market is price sensitive. So here we have a basic assumption that market is price sensitive. If we increase the price, naturally the sales will be affected. That is the assumption we have. Therefore, we will go for setting a lowest price for the product, expecting higher sales volume, assuming the market is price sensitive. So that is called a maximum market share. And the fourth objective is maximum market skimming. And here the marketer fixes a high price while introducing the product and slowly drops over time with the intention of generating maximum revenue within a short period of time. So this is almost similar, slightly different, but similar to the second point we have discussed, maximum profit. So here in the introduction stage, we'll fix a high price, and as we move from introduction stage to growth stage and maturity stage, we may reduce the price level. And the intention we have to fix a high price is to generate maximum revenue within a short period of time. So such an objective is called a maximum market skimming. And the fifth one is product quality. Product quality. And in this, when this becomes objective, the company charges premium prices for products or services characterized by high levels of perceived quality. So here the company is not bothered about sales. They are not bothered about or worried by the reduction in number of units as a result of high price. Rather, they would like to highlight their product as a quality product. And surely in order to offer a quality product, you may have to charge high amount as price. And consumers may perceive price as an indication of quality also. So when this objective is there for the company may go for charging premium prices, high prices for products or services characterized by high levels of perceived quality. And the sixth one is called other objectives. And the other objectives are such as partial cost recovery, full cost recovery, maximum reach, etc. And especially in non-profit organizations or social service sector, these objectives may be deciding maybe a determinant in fixing the price. Partial cost recovery. So here the objective of the company to recover some of the parts of the cost. For example, if we take the education system in our country or in our state, we go for partial cost recovery. So even in higher education, the price we fix for college education or degree education is not recovering all the cost involved in offering higher education to the students. Rather, it is aimed at partial recovery of the cost. So that is partial cost recovery. Full cost recovery means the entire cost must be recovered as a result of the price. There should be a situation where there is no loss or no profit. No loss, no profit situation. So the entire cost must be recovered through the price charged for the product. And sometimes it may be maximum reach. For example, in certain cases we may not be bothered about the cost recovery or income the company may get. Rather, reach out to maximum people, offer the product or service to maximum people. That may be the objective. So these can be put together as other objectives. So these are the 6 objectives of fixing a price for the product or service that a marketer offers. Thank you.